Hey Summit League fans, I'm Kelly Stewart and it's time for this week's Summit League Spotlight. We'll start on the volleyball court where the Denver Pioneers are doing some dancing. The Pios received word this past Sunday night that they will be matched up against the reigning national champions and this year's number 3 overall seed, Stanford, in the opening round of the 2019 NCAA volleyball tournament. DU, who won the Summit League championship title just over a week ago, will fly to Palo Alto, California to match up against the Cardinal in Friday's opening round. Here's a look at their reaction to the bid during Sunday's selection show.
Will be at home, of course, as the number 3 seed, the defending.
Best of luck to Denver out in California. Well, the South Dakota volleyball team also found out its postseason fate Sunday night, and despite not making the NCAA tournament field, the Coyotes will still be playing volleyball this week, as they were announced as one of 8 host institutions for the opening 2 rounds of the National Invitational Volleyball Championship. The 32-team tournament begins play tomorrow, with USD slated to play Central Michigan during the opening round in Vermillion. On to the hardwood. Denver's Madison Nelson secured her second Summit League Women's Basketball Player of the Week award of the season, averaging 24.5 points per game and 17 rebounds per game in a pair of Thanksgiving Classic contests hosted by DU. In an 83-75 win over UC Irvine, Nelson had 24 points and a career-high 21 rebounds to post just the second 2020 game in program history. She also had the first 2020 game just over a year ago in the same tournament. On the men's side, Purdue-Fort Wayne's Jared Goffrey was the season's first underclassman to claim the Summit League Men's Basketball Weekly Award after the sophomore averaged 22.5 points per game in wins over Niagara and Grand Canyon last week. He had 17 points in the win over Niagara that netted his head coach John Kaufman the 100th victory in his Purdue-Fort Wayne tenure. In a Summit League Western Athletic Conference, or WAC Challenge game, Godfrey poured in a career-high 28 points versus Grand Canyon to lead the Mastodons to a road win over one of the WAC's preseason favorites. The victory puts the Summit League ahead 3-2 just past the midway point of this year's challenge. A year ago, the WAC won the inaugural challenge 7-2, so the Summit League schools are trying to even things up in year 2 of the challenge. So these are the results from the season's challenge so far, with 3 games remaining. Good luck to Denver, Omaha, and Oral Roberts as they represent the Summit League in this non-conference challenge series. Also from the hardwood, in case you missed it, the Thanksgiving week saw a men's and women's team from the league capture multi-team event titles. The South Dakota women won the South Point Thanksgiving Shootout in Las Vegas with victories over Ohio State and Northern Illinois. Senior Kira Duffy took home the MVP honors from that 10-team event and announced yesterday the Coyote women cracked the top 25 of the USA Today coaches poll at number 24. Congratulations to USD. On the men's side, Omaha hosted the Cayman's Classic Mainland Tournament and won both of those contests to capture the tourney title with a 70-65 win over Loyola of Maryland in the finale. The Mavericks' Matt Pyle had double-doubles in both of those victories to lead the way. And before we let you go, congrats go out to a pair of significant milestones reached during the last week of play. Omaha's JT Gibson reached the 1,000-point plateau in the Mavericks' win over Loyola, while the South Dakota State women captured win number 1,000 in their program's history, doing so with a 65-59 victory over perennial NCAA powerhouse and last year's national runner-ups, Notre Dame, at the Cancun Challenge. That's all for this week's Summit League Spotlight. Make sure to follow the Summit League and Midco SN on social media, and I'll see you next week.